I'm Mitch Hooper, World's Strongest Man. Today, we're gonna do the world's most functional workout.
The definition of functional fitness is training to make your body prepared for everyday life.
Now, if Strongman isn't that, I don't know what it is. Being strong with functional objects, not just being able to bench press, not just being able to deadlift, but being able to pick up boxes, being able to reach things over your head, being able to work on your core strength with things that aren't sit-ups, crunches, all of that, working it in a way that's actually gonna make you bulletproof as much as possible. So this is what I do before every workout,
Because getting your head in line prepares the rest of your body to be able to move well and be strong.
if you think, say your head weighs 7 kilograms. If your head is shifted forward, it's like having a 7 kilogram weight out in front of your head, or out in front of your body. And that's not only gonna make it your center of mass a little bit further forward, but it's gonna throw you off balance for all of those exercises that you wanna be doing. And oftentimes we like to be a little bit forward. So a prime here to be able to keep that head back for me is really useful. As people, we always learn to move from the ground first. And so using that as a general principle to warm up can be very useful. So things like crawling are gonna be much better to prepare you for movement than just a standard plank or anything really stable, because we're working on our core, we're working on our coordination, we're working on the most basic of basic movement patterns before we go into more complex things. Exercise one is gonna be farmer's walk, but with a twist. We're gonna have one hand weighted differently than the other. This is gonna exponentially increase our core activation. It's also gonna be more replicable. There's really no time in which in life you carry two things of the exact same weight. This is gonna be a massive core workout. Of course, we're training grip strength, which correlates to overall upper body strength. There's an up-chain feed in the neural system. And so it's gonna make your whole upper body stronger, work that core, and you're learning how to move with weight. Highly, highly useful and highly practical for your everyday life. Now, important to do it down and back. Of course, we don't want to get one side working harder than the other the whole time. We're going to work up to 3 sets of 15 meters and work up to effort of about an 8. Keep rest times under 2 minutes to keep the cardiovascular system working nice and hard. So with grip training, it doesn't take a huge amount to be able to get your grip stronger. Once you get to the point where your hands aren't able to easily hold the frame anymore, or the farmers, grab yourself some straps, continue to build up so that we can get it nice and heavy. The goal here is not to build grip strength. The goal here is to build strength in the upper body and the core. Hands are just a nice byproduct of that. So 3 tips here to be able to help your farmers walk. 1, make sure when you are grabbing it, it's set deep into your hand. You don't want to be holding with your fingers. You want to be resting in here. Number 2 is grab slightly back of center, set the frame or the farmers slightly tilt forwards. This is going to take it and it's going to put pressure in your strongest fingers. Number 3 is make sure that you have them in a V shape. If they're in a V shape, you'll be able to better propel yourself forward combined with the forward lean, versus if they're out and they open you up at all, it's going to be very difficult to stay stable. So going slow with these can actually provide additional return in a different way. Going fast is of course going to build your agility and coordination in the lower half, but going slow means that you have longer stance times on one leg, and when you're on that leg, the work that your glute has to do to keep your hips level is massive. And the higher your time under tension, the more you're going to be getting a workout. So you decide for yourself, what's more functional for you? For me, I want to be as strong as possible doing this, so I'm going to go a bit slower. If you want to be a bit faster, more agile, same principle, but go a little bit faster like I did in all of my warm-up runs. All right, exercise number 2
It's gonna be axle clean and press. It can be replaced with anything where you're going from the ground to up over your head. We're gonna be working on strength. We're gonna be working on power. We're gonna be working on triple extension, a whole lot of things that translate to your everyday life. Most importantly, your overhead mobility and strength. That is one of the most common things for us to lose early, one of the most common ways to get injured. Working through resistance in that range is gonna help you out. So we're gonna build up, we're doing 3 sets of 3, staying very strong. And now, functional strength is very relative. For me, it means being on the very strong end of functional. You could apply the same principles, triple the volume, and have it more of an aerobic-based functional workout. But we're sticking strongman. I'm the world's strongest man. I want to teach you how to get strong, and this is the way. As a bigger guy, one of the hardest things is maintaining range of motion. So this stuff has become a larger part of my program as of late. When we're talking about functional strength and functional movement, you only need to be as flexible to do the things that you want to do without restriction. So if you feel like you can overhead press without restriction, don't worry about doing too much mobility, just get stuck straight into your exercise and make it efficient. If you do have difficulty, get into some stretches. It doesn't need to be overly particular. This one works really well for me to try to open up my shoulders. I'll also do some where I'm just stretching out my lat here. But whatever you need to do to feel like you can get into good positions, that's all you need to do. Nothing less and nothing more. So my best tip with this, or with anything where you're moving ground to overhead, is gonna be to try to be explosive from the get-go. When it gets heavy, it gets really, really hard, but you have to move things very fast. My next step is, don't get yourself too caught up in getting from one position to the next. You wanna fully finish, say in this case, I wanna fully finish pulling up before I try to catch it on my stomach. If you cut that short, it's gonna end up too low and you're gonna have difficulty. Third is focus on your triple extension. Your knees, your hips, and your ankles all have to be fully extended every time we push, every time we clean, every time we do anything athletic. Hips, knees, ankles need to be extended.
How's this for functional fitness?
So like Karate Kid, better mop the floor. Okay, we're about to head over to my third and my number one functional exercise. Before we do, just want to give a quick plug to the merch. It's Lift Heavy, Be Kind. The goal is to get people comfortable with the gym. And when we talk about functional strength, it's often people who are not as comfortable as maybe a strength athlete might be or a regular gym goer. And if they can see us wearing this stuff and know that it's a welcoming environment, that would be phenomenal. The link is in the description, and we give 20% back to independently owned gyms. We gave away over $10,000 last year. We hope to double that next year. Support the movement, good cause. Like I said, link in the bio, and enjoy my favorite functional exercise. All right, the pinnacle for me of functional strength is Atlas stones. The root of Strongman is, can you go out in the field and pick up the biggest stone? Of course, these are round, polished a little bit more, but if we can get this from the ground up to our shoulder, it's awkward, it's heavy, it puts you in unique positions. If you can do this well, you're gonna be able to be strong in life. So let's see how I go. We're gonna start at 265 pounds. The core, stability and control to get that up onto your shoulder. Hurt your head a bit, but this is my number one. If you can do this, you will be strong. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know, what do you think best functional strength movements are? And how do you define functional strength? As per always, lift heavy, be kind, and we'll catch you in the next one.